Today we're going to talk about the M54 engine in the E53 BMW X5. It's been suffering misfires on the third and fourth coil, and we've already replaced the spark plugs on this one, and today we're going to change the ignition coils. I like to do all 6 of them at one go, including the boot, and I'll show you the boot in a second. And to do this, you only need one tool, which is a 10mm spanner or socket set, to remove both the engine cover as well as each of the coils. Here I've got my 10mm socket with an extension that I can reach both ends of this engine cover.
What I do is I loosen each of these nuts separately before I remove the gas cap or the oil cap.
And now you release the oil cap. You can see that it's still hot. Carefully without losing either of the nuts. Take these out. These are the nuts you're just losing. This one and this one. Aside, and we'll take a closer look at these coils. Now if you see closely, these are the 2 nuts that we'll have to take out. This one over here and this one over here. These are also 10mm, so this is the only socket that you will need. Put it on the socket. Sorry if my head is in the way, but focused on doing the job. Okay, so removing the first one. What I like to do is just crack open these things all across.
Easier to remove them in one shot than after that.
So this is the second tool you will need. It's a flathead screwdriver. And what you need to do is flick up this coil. Then you can loosen these bolts fully. Unlock the electric connection. You want to make sure that you keep the washer safe as well, that when you're putting it back, you're putting it in the same order. So once you remove both the 10mm bolts along with the washer, you want to keep them aside safely. I like to keep them in the order that they will go back in, but you can do what you prefer doing. This is the state of the coil. As you can see, someone's taped this up. There's no oil residue at the end of these, so my plugs are not fouled in any way, but I do think these are not in great shape. I'll show you a set of new coils and how they look before we replace them. So to install the new coil, make sure that this clip is pushed up so that the nubs on either side of the ignition coil connector go into this slot over here. So what you want to do is push in this slot and the whole clip comes down. So just basically take this ignition coil, seat it properly so that it's aligned and everything. Push the connector in. It only goes in one way, so you can't really screw this up. And then push the clip over. Once you're done with that, put the nuts back in the same order and tighten them in a crisscross pattern. So this is one cylinder done. Now I'm just going to repeat the same thing for all 6 cylinders. It should look like this once it's all done. Pay attention to the two connectors, the grounding connectors that you'll have on two of these coils. Do not miss them. Put them in the same order with the nut on top or the bolt on top, the washer at the middle, and the connector at the bottom. Tighten these all. They're sitting on plastic retainers, so this plastic retainer is what you're tightening. So make sure you don't over torque it. There's torque specs available in the manual, but torque it to a level where you're not cracking the plastic. That's what you need to take care of. And your older coils, just mark them in the order that you took them out. I've just used a piece of masking tape for now, and I will retain these for use later. And all I have to do now is put back the engine cover and just keep driving. So once the coils were installed, I put back the engine cover, cleaned up the work area, and I went for a drive. And surprisingly, because I've taken care of the DISA, because I've swapped the plugs already, and I replaced these coils, the car is running absolutely smooth. And I did off camera do a very quick check on the OBD reader with BMW 1.4 scanner, and I could see no codes related to the misfire, which is very rare for an M54, and I'm extremely happy with the whole procedure. So hopefully this helped you and you can change the coils yourself. And if you're wondering how to change the spark plugs, they're as simple as once you remove the coil, you take an extension along with the spark plug spanner or socket and remove it from that cavity and replace them. It's as simple as that. So if you're doing the coils and the plugs at once, you only have to do it once. I did it separately because I was waiting for parts, but hopefully this helps you again, and good luck with your car maintenance.